What's up, guys? Cornchicks02 here with another edition of What's Due. The 2014 Elimination Chamber just went off the air, and man, it was a show. There was a couple crappy matches, but you take the two main events, like I said, the two top matches in that show, and you just put those out there. That made that pay-per-view. I give the pay-per-view you're gonna find out in a second. Let's go with the pay-per-view. The show began with the pre-show, which I didn't watch. I just had no interest in the Rhodes Brothers versus Ryback. So, and I heard that Larry Axe Hennig was out there as well. So, I mean, I don't know. But I think the Rhodes Brothers won, I think. I don't even remember, man. I didn't watch the match. But to kick off the pay-per-view with the Intercontinental Championship matchup, it is Jack Swagger versus the Intercontinental Champion Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. Pretty solid match. Pretty good opener, actually. This is a very, very solid opener, but it seems like every day Jack Swagger is getting more and more like Kurt Angle. I mean, he's finding some innovative ways to get people into that ankle lock. And he was pretty good, man. A lot of times Jack Swagger would get the counter. Big E would go for that huge splash. He would counter into like a spine buster or something. It was a pretty good matchup. But in the end, Jack Swagger would find a way to get Big E into the ankle lock once again, but Big E would get back up on his feet, and he would hit an enziguri out of nowhere, and then Jack Swagger would ricochet out the ropes, and he would hit the big ending 1, 2, 3 Big E Langston is still your Intercontinental Champion. After that, you had the WWE Tag Team Championship matchup between, you didn't know, the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn versus Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, for the tag titles. Pretty alright matchup. I mean, you know, Jimmy and Jay, they're always doing their thing, basically, being the best tag team they can be. Outlaws are pretty good too. It was a pretty decent matchup. Not very long, but good nonetheless. In that matchup, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg took a mean super kick in that thing, man. I'm telling you. It was one spot where like a Road Dogg did like a hip toss to the corner, pretty freaking sweet. But at the end came after I think Jay, I'm not sure which one it was, hit the super kick on Road Dogg in the end, and then Billy would get the roll up 1, 2, 3. And then Outlaws are still the WWE Tag Team Champions, and I'm hoping we somehow see a fatal 4-way tag team match come WrestleMania 30. With the Outlaws, Usos, the Roach Brothers, and Ryback, or Real Americans. I don't know, either one. Next, we had Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. Nobody was in this matchup, really. Nobody really cared that much about it. It was an alright match, I guess. Probably one of the weakest, not the weakest. I'm getting to the weakest match on the card, but we haven't got there yet. But one of the weakest matches on the card. They did what they could. The crowd wasn't into it, really. But in the end, they actually picked the right guy, unlike the JTG and Shed match. They actually picked the right guy to win, and Titus O'Neil would pick up the victory over Darren Young. Next, we have the match of the night, the greatest match. I mean, this was a perfect match, and everybody knew beforehand that it was going to be the match to watch. And man, it was. I'm talking about 5. And I'm gonna give it 6 out of 5 stars because that's how good it was. I've never seen a match that was just that good the whole time. I'm just like my mouth dropped. I'm like, this match is amazing, and it was the Wyatts versus the Shield. I mean, these guys went at it. What a match. I mean, it started off with the tail tag team thing, and eventually this thing became a tornado tag. So many awesome spots in this match. There was one moment where Luke Harper was going for a super German suplex on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins would counter that and land on his feet somehow. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. You know, Roman Reigns was doing his thing. Even Eric Rowan, man. A lot of people, try to bag on Eric Rowan because saying that he's probably the weakest out of the group. But Eric Rowan was tearing some stuff up, man. Really, it was crazy, man. It was so many spots. Half of them I can't even try to sit here and explain every single spot that was in that matchup. But man, it was some crazy stuff. We saw Bray Wyatt hit a senton on the outside. Luke Harper did a suicide dive to the outside. Big old Luke Harper doing that. It was crazy, man. I mean, these guys are just amazing. They know what they're doing in that ring. They are the future of this business. And after the night, there's no shadow of a doubt that the WWE should trust these guys in the future because every single one of them shine in that matchup. Um, I don't know, man. Just if you're gonna watch any match on that card, watch that one. It was insane. But I'm gonna tell you the ending. Basically, towards the end, Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose will brawl to the outside, and I'm guessing Bray Wyatt took out Dean Ambrose after that because he never came back into ringside. After that, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper did a super choke slam, a double choke slam to Seth Rollins through the Spanish announce table. Rest in peace, Spanish announce table. Um, and that would take out him. So it would be it was kind of funny seeing one of the Shield guys be the only guy in the ring with three other people surrounding him. It was kind of like a bizarro world. It was Roman Reigns in the ring while the Wyatt family were surrounding the ring, and he fought them all off. Roman Reigns, the Beast, hitting Superman punches, clotheslines. He fought them every single one of them off, and but then the numbers game would come back to him, and yeah. Then Bray Wyatt would go for the Sister Abigail, but Roman Reigns, like a beast that he is, would counter that and hit a Samoan drop, hit the Superman punch, try to go for a spear, but Harper would get in the way of that spear. He keep that at that moment he became a body shield for Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt would hit the Sister Abigail 1, 2, 3. The Wyatt family wins that match. Amazing match, guys, and it's probably going to lead to some more tension between the Shield. But man, what a great match! I don't want to spend the whole time talking about that. Just if you're gonna watch any match on the card, please watch that. It's amazing, probably the match of the year right now. But yeah, next we had Cameron versus AJ Lee. I'm just gonna get to it. AJ Lee lost, but it was by disqualification because Tamina's clothesline Cameron. And she actually super kicked AJ in the face as well. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, AJ is still your champion, but Cameron wins the match. Next is probably the worst match on the card. It is Batista versus Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio will come out acting like he's all hurt and stuff, has a brace on his neck, and he will walk to the ring in a tracksuit with a crutch. He would say that he hurt him and all that, and then he would hit Batista in the head with a crutch and beat him down with the crutch. And then he took off his tracksuit, and he had his attire under there. Who knew? But basically, I thought this match was going to be really fast. I thought Batista was going to just squash Alberto Del Rio in like 2 seconds, but Del Rio kicked Batista's ass the entire match. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, you got this guy that comes back and wins the Royal Rumble. I've never seen a Royal Rumble winner at the next following pay-per-view get his ass kicked the way that Batista got his ass kicked. I was like, what the hell, man? I mean, the fans were cheering Del Rio. I never see Del Rio ever really get a reaction, but he got a reaction tonight, and it was C. Because nobody wanted to see Batista. There was Batista chants. There was CM Punk chants. There was Chris Jericho chants. There was everything. Nobody wanted to see Batista. Nobody's looking forward to Batista main eventing WrestleMania. He looked like trash in that ring tonight. He looked like he was gassed out. Del Rio was carrying him in the entire matchup. It was very embarrassing, really. I'm sorry. I mean, as a fan, I'm a fan of Batista of the 2005 to 2010 World Champion Batista, but now I don't know, man. He's a shell of his own self. I don't know what to really say about that, man. But Batista needs to get it together before WrestleMania comes around here in 6 weeks. Next, we get to the main event of the pay-per-view. It is the Elimination Chamber matchup. Probably the most brutal chamber match I've seen in the last couple of years because they went at it, man. No man got eliminated before all 6 were in the ring. Everybody got in the ring, and it was just chaos the entire time, man. I mean, it was one spot where Christian would jump onto, I think, who was it? I think it was Antonio Cesaro who would try to hit the Swiss Death on Christian. Christian would counter that, jump on the cage, and then hit a Hurricane Rana. Crazy stuff. Or did he powerbomb him? I think he powerbombed him. I don't know. It was a lot of stuff in that. Before Randy Orton would get out the ring, Randy Orton would actually get out the ring, try to get back into his pod because everybody was chasing him, and Sheamus bro kicked the pod down. That was freaking awesome. Christian was definitely one of the best performers in that matchup. He had a lot of spots. But in the before he got his the first elimination came where Sheamus would go for the high cross, a move that we haven't seen in such a long time. Go for that. Christian would counter that, climb the pod, and Randy Orton would suplex Sheamus off of the turnbuckle, and Christian would hit a frog splash from on top of the chamber. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus is gone, and after that, I believe Daniel Bryan would hit the knee on Christian, eliminating Christian. You have your down to your last 4. Then John Cena and Daniel Bryan were going at it. He was going for an AA, and Antonio Cesaro would come behind him and hit a German suplex while Daniel Bryan's on his shoulders, 6 spot. And then eventually John Cena would get the STF on Antonio Cesaro and beat him. After that, the Wyatt family would come into the ring while they were getting Antonio Cesaro out and attack John Cena. Then John Cena would get eliminated by Randy Orton. It's down to the final 2, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. People are going crazy because they're feeling like their boy's about to finally win the big one. But then here comes Kane trying to act like he's checking on John Cena, and then Daniel Bryan would drop kick him, and Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton would go at it some more. Then Kane would try to interfere again, and Daniel Bryan would once again attack him. But when he turned around to an RKO, and everybody thought it was over right there. 1, 2, no, false finish right there. He had the whole crowd going. After that, it was Daniel Bryan who actually Daniel Bryan hit the knee. His knee, went for the pin. Kane would pull the ref out the ring, and then Dan Brown would have to take out Kane again, and he does. And then eventually, I think Dan Brown was going for something. I'm not sure what he was going for, but Kane would come back up and hit Dan Bryan in the head, and then Randy would once again hit the RKO and pin him. And you know that the WWE knows. Now that I know that WWE knows that people want Dan Bryan to win, because what they did, if you watch the pay-per-view, at the end of the pay-per-view, watch what they did with the cameras. They put the cameras on the fans, showing their disappointed face, and they had actually Michael Cole putting over Daniel Bryan, saying that this crap's been going on since SummerSlam, that something needs to happen, that he's tired of this. So basically, they're going with Daniel Bryan. I feel like Daniel Bryan's going to find his way into that WrestleMania 30 main event and win.